right. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube.
Good morning.
Actually, we're not on Facebook, are we? I think we are. We're on YouTube, sharing to Facebook, that's for sure. We're not actually Facebook living right now, or Facebooking live, as they call it. Is it Facebooking live, or Facebook living? Which do we
Is there a difference?
Oh no, man. Oh man, we got a great show lined up for you. We're getting set up here. Get your bongs out, get your joints out. It's legalization in New Jersey time. I think we're free. Are we free yet?
I don't know. The more I find out, I don't know.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I went to Wanacue and the cop made me feel a lot better, but still.
That's one out of how many?
Well, yeah. I'm not a person of color driving through a white town either. There's that.
That's a big factor. But it's all right. Maybe we can get them to patent down the stats, you know? Maybe we can make you white.
Woo! Wow. What is this? Jesus.
What is that actually? I told myself I had to remind myself about the name, but I forgot what it was. But it's definitely some
Black market?
Yes, some along those lines. Well,
Yay.
out of state.
Woo!
Out of state.
Out of state. Smoking out of state weed.
Take a look.
Smoking out of state weed. Smoking out of state weed. Smoking out of state weed. Oh my goodness. Oh, nice. That's lovely.
Out of state. Out of state.
Oh my. All right, boys and girls. It's time to get high. It's time to medicate. If you're a patient here in New Jersey, it's time to medicate. Recreational users at your own risk. You may have your stuff confiscated.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to Ocean City tonight, where the mayor and the council wants to keep arresting people and let the courts figure it out. Wow.
Like our legal system needs some more shit to pile onto it on top of the social equity they're trying to achieve, and put that through the courts, you know?
Let's arrest more cancer patients now. I think legalization is going to be hurtful to us as patients. I really do. In some ways.
I feel like we're going to be a target now.
Yeah, we're a target because we're going to smoke in public, and we're going to be the ones that are going to be questioned.
Especially the people that know their rights, and they like to use their rights appropriately, you know? We may become a target, you know? Even though they can't use odor, they see you inhaling something that smells not like a cigarette, and
Right.
I guess it still smell, but we don't know. We got to let it play out.
They see you smoking a big bong.
They might take your bong.
They can take your bong. It says the cops can take your stuff. They can seize
Yeah.
your stuff.
And then put you through the system again, and then go to court, and then now they're obviously going to give you your shit back, you know, but
You got to fight for it. As a patient, you have your cancer to fight. You have your MS to fight. You have your diseases to fight. And now you got to go fight the system that you paid into to get your stupid card that you paid all this money into, and you still get victimized as a
and
patient.
then you got to pay the court fee.
And time off work or time off your family, time with your family. You got to bring your family to work with you or your kids.
What if
to
you have
court.
a doctor's appointment that day?
They don't care. So Ocean City tonight, we're going to talk to them because they sell OxyContin and fentanyl and synthetic marijuana in Ocean City. They got no problem selling that out of their pharmacies. They have no problem Narcaning all these people who overdose on that in their town. I did the overdose rate in Ocean City. There's a bunch of overdoses this year already. So they have no problem with that. That's family friendly to sell deadly opiates that they have to wake their citizens up every night with that Narcan. That's okay. But cannabis, which will get you off those opiates, I don't take opiates. I don't need to take opiates because I use cannabis. They don't want that, though.
And then they give you the argument, well, you're just going off one drug to another drug. Well, this drug is not going to kill me, sir.
Yeah, this is a lot safer, and it helps me.
And I can grow it in my backyard if I was allowed to.
That's the problem. Murphy held this whole thing up just so we could not tell parents that their kids want to smoke cannabis. They held this all up while patients who can't grow their own cannabis are sitting here like, well, what about us? You're worried about the children, and we all worry about the children.
The children and their pockets, but they forgot about the patients.
What about the children that are suffering that need their parents to grow weed for them? And the parents will go to jail for 10 years
Yeah.
for growing weed for their kid.
And that depends if they cross state lines or not.
Oh, man.
Because then that becomes then that becomes bigger. It becomes federal no matter what you have.
Yeah. Shocking.
Yeah. Now, my question is now, can I bring like out of state stuff in here and into Jersey, and then am I gonna be okay? I can prove them. I got a bottle.
I want to go to an out-of-state place, and I want to be able to bring my medicine with me. I want to be able to buy medicine there, which, like Maine, you can buy your medicine there, but you can't bring it back. You can't cross a state that doesn't have legalization, like Connecticut. When we go to Maine, you got to drive through Connecticut. That's like running a gauntlet right there.
Yeah.
As a patient, you're gonna be stressed out the whole time driving through Connecticut,
And that's like a 5-hour gauntlet, right?
that's stress. Why should people be stressed to get their medicine? I'm just checking the feed here.
The easy solution to all that is simply home grow. You know, you won't have people crossing state borders with it. You know, it's.
Yeah, I'll buy some clones. Sell me some clones at the dispensaries. I'll still
real.
buy weed. I'll buy wax, and sell me clones. I'll all of it. I'll do it all. Make me some good edibles. Sure, I'll eat your edibles if they're good. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm all in. I like all of it. I like all forms of cannabis. They're all helpful to me. I took some edibles last night made by my friend Susan, and I went to sleep on it. It's a butter with cocoa. It smells really good. You could try some.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
It
yummy.
does smell really good.
So
Wow.
thank you, Susan.
That's awesome.
Susan Schiaretto. I'm not sure how to say your last name, Schiaretto. But thank you so much. Good stuff. And it really worked. I woke up. I felt refreshed when I woke up. I need to take some more, though, because I'm in pain right now.
Yeah.
I should have taken some when I got up.
Yeah.
And I have a cracker here. You want some on a cracker?
Sure, I'll try it.
Why not? What the heck? I have to get a spoon or something, though. I have Nothing good up here. Everything. I have to take a break and get a spoon. I'll be right back. I love when I do this to help people. Ready, host a show. Ready, go.
Oh, snap.
Be funny now. And they're just like, oh, Lefty. Why? And I had to walk away. And then, but usually they got something to talk about, so they just go. And they're just, oh, well. Oh, man. I don't even want to talk about what we talked about on the way up here. Oh, man. Pain. Lots of pain in this room right now.
Yes.
Lots of pain, lots of suffering. And I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I really am. God bless you, man. Oh.
Yeah. Last one, and that's it. I'm done. And it's just perfect because, you know, tomorrow is actually my 4-year anniversary. And
4-year anniversary of your accident.
Yes. My mom likes to say, like, my rebirth. That's when my rebirth happened. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's like it's a very, very emotional topic, and I'm very happy. Like, I'm overall and everything.
Yeah.
I'm happy because
over the hill now. Now it's just
I've been climbing this hill, and it's just been up and up and up, and like I get a couple little rest breaks, but they're not for too long because I got to keep going.
Yeah.
So
you've been going through it, man. Surgeries and how many surgeries have you had?
I think like 14.
14.
Maybe 15 with this one or so.
Awful surgeries. Not like my back surgery, which was awful. No.
Yeah, these surgeries were pretty intense. So, yeah, man, it's just happy because now I can, you know, I feel like a free man in a way, you know.
Yeah, start fresh, start over.
Yeah,
just recover.
But the crazy thing is, like, now the surgery has put me in like a crazy amount of debt. So now, like, you know, I'm kind of like I feel like I'm a slave, you know.
Wow. Wait, because you know what's crazy? 2/3 of all bankruptcies are caused by medical debt.
Yeah,
and this is another situation right here where who's paying for this?
I become a slave to the state of the United States. I feel like, you know.
So you got to pay for this, and it wasn't your fault at all.
At all. So, you know, that's like another climbing hill I have to, you know. I got myself physically ready, and I think that was the most important part for me to take, you know. Wow. But yeah, I would be, I think, a slave for the rest of my life. So yeah. So, but like again, I'm happy because, you know, I get to see my family, my loved ones.
You're here for a reason, obviously.
Yeah. So.
And you actually inspire other people. You do.
It's crazy because I never pictured myself being this way, but like in this position and then speaking out and all this stuff, because I was never really like a public person, or like, you know, I'm very like secluded, you know, like I try to keep to myself and keep going. That was my mentality then, but
I used to be like that too.
After everything that happened to me, I'm just like, I feel like I can help other people. I can probably make a change, or probably feel the same way, or anything, you know, because I went through a lot, and I feel I defeated every aspect of it, you know, and now I'm like the final product. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I also feel wise. I feel like I'm 80 years old, wise, but
how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. You're still young, yeah.
Yeah. So
you got a lot of years left.
Yes.
I never thought I'd be 53.
I have a lot to do.
I was hoping I'd be in better shape at 53, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I got time to.
It's not late. Yeah, exactly. You still have time.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Here for a reason.
Yes.
All right, let me go get a spoon. I want you to try this with me. So by the end of the podcast, we'll be feeling it. Yeah, hold on, be right back.
That'd be great.
This is on you. Ready? Go. I love this.
So speaking about edibles, the other night I was in a lot of pain, and I took like a punch bar, probably like a little less than half. And my sister comes downstairs, and I ask her for some food, some munchies or something. And she comes downstairs and brings me some munchies. And I was really, really baked, and I was eating my food with my eyes closed, enjoying that shit. And it was just a funny moment. Edibles. Anybody else has any edible stories or experiences? good or bad, because I've hear people have like anxiety meltdowns or like yeah. Right, Lefty? Some like edibles. Like I was telling them how the other night I asked my sister for some munchies, came down, brought me down to me, and I was eating it with my eyes closed, enjoying it. And I want some feedback on, like, you know, because some people have like anxiety like breakdowns on edibles. Some people don't feel them at all, and then there's people that really, you know, it gives them the good effect.
I like strong edibles where I'm knocked on my butt and I have munchies really bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because it helps my pain. It really does.
Yeah.
It's
you have to be somewhat comfortable in order to fall asleep. Yeah. So, like.
Yeah. All right. There's my arm. I can't reach you. Oh, fuck.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't complain to you, bro. I want to complain, but I can't.
Nah.
Pain is pain, though.
Yeah, pain is pain. For everybody, the pain is different, you know?
You know what? I think I just told you before, though. I think tooth pain actually is worse than my back pain. Mm-hmm. As bad as my back pain is, when you get a toothache, I don't know if there's anything worse than that because it's so close to your nerve center, and maybe that's why. Tooth pain knocks me on my butt. I can't take it. Mm-hmm. I cry. Cry. All right. Who's out there? Anybody out there in Facebook? It's kind of weird. We're not live. People can't really comment live like we used to here. How about YouTube? No, it's weird. The way Facebook works, we're probably not even being seen by anybody. It's funny.
Really?
It's weird. They have these weird analogs. What they call them? Algorithms. Weird. That's all right. Okay, let's give our first guest a call. How's that taste?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Goes good with coffee.
Yeah. I can see myself eating this like you know, a couple at a time. It's pretty good.
All right, this thing's ready if you're ready for that. And I'll put the phone right here for our phone call. Where is the phone? Okay. I'm totally unprepared. I'm getting texts here. Why am I not getting these? Oh. Okay. Hold on, please. I forgot something. I'm being hit with paper airplanes. We kind of smoked out the house today. Just a little. Set this up. So Ease is apparently a company in California that delivers cannabis to people that need it. And I believe they're all over the place now. And this company is expanding, and they want to come to New Jersey. They already have the systems and the protocols in place and the machinery, the equipment, whereas the dispensaries don't have that, and the dispensaries really don't want to hire delivery people, as we've seen. They haven't done anything. So companies like Ease are going to come into New Jersey and deliver. Interesting, right?
So what, now the dispensaries just want to come up with their own delivery system? Or what's going to happen?
It doesn't seem like they want to. It's not cost effective. They're going to have it farmed out to groups like this. Like this Ease group is a great one. I like this. It's interesting. They're solving a problem that we have here in New Jersey. So
yeah, big problem.
Yeah. So let's give Sydney Snow a call. Sydney Snow from Ease. Let's give her a call here. Let's see.
Goodbye. Sydney is currently unavailable. Please speak clearly. Your voicemail is being transcribed by Umail.
Hi, Sydney. It's Lefty. Give me a call back. Thank you. Usually I stay on. Yeah, I'll just stay on here. Just why not? That's what I do. I can't stop now. It's just what I usually leave like 10-minute long messages, and I don't know. It's just what we do. I don't know. I don't know why I do these things sometimes. I'm sorry, Sydney. But yeah, give us a call back. We'd like to talk to you about ease. It's very interesting to us that you're going to be helping solve a problem here in New Jersey that New Jersey could not solve. It's ridiculous that our dispensaries have not delivered on delivery. They have not delivered.
No.
See what I did there? They have not delivered on delivery. Ever since they passed Jake Honig's law, and that was a while ago.
And that's it.
2019?
Really?
Was it? They passed Jake's law? And so far, I don't think anybody's had delivery from anybody except the black market. That's it. Black market delivers. I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's has sprung up here everywhere. Interesting, right? Wow. So I forget what time we were supposed to talk. I thought it was 11:30. We were supposed to talk at 11:30 today, but I could be wrong. I really messed up the time last night. I didn't mess up the time. They changed the time on us in Surf City. The council, the meetings of the council are 7:30.
So the morning time.
They moved it to the morning. Did not mark it anywhere on the website. They said, "Well, we sent it to the newspapers." Well, I'm going on your website where it's giving me bad information for a council meeting. That's all I see. So now for every council meeting that we go to, we got to call ahead of time, like a day ahead, make sure everything's on. What time? It's like, really, these councils, they just do what they want.
I guess they do it by the law, I guess you can say. Right. They made it public.
Right. She's only mandated to go to the newspapers with any changes. So if they change the time, she just has to tell the newspapers.
Right.
So basically, they can change the time every council meeting and just keep playing cat and mouse with us, and we'll never get to speak because we'll never know when the meeting is. This has happened before, bro. I've actually drove to a place. I drove somewhere, and they said, "Oh, the meeting was changed," and I had already driven there. I'm like, "It says right here, no, we changed it. We wrote it in the paper, whatever." I'm like,
I would have been pissed.
This is what they do. They don't care. We're like the last priority to them. We're a nuisance to them. We're the public. They don't want to hear from us.
Yeah.
They'll do everything they can so that we can't speak at these meetings.
Yeah,
Recording stopped. Your message has reached the maximum. Re-record your message. Press.
No.
Your message. Press 2. Mark your message urgent. Press. Replay your recording. Save this recording. Press the pound key or hang up.
Okay, you hang up first.
Your message has been sent. Goodbye.
Okay. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
Fine, you win.
Fine. I have to check what time we were supposed to call each other. I forget. I did follow up. Let me make sure. Sorry. I probably messed up here. Yeah, okay. All right, well, we won't take any more calls for now in case she's busy. Okay. It's kind of a weird podcast today. We're kind of just on YouTube, and we're not really we're on Facebook, but we're just linked, and nobody could see us. I see Slav is watching. Slav is probably watching us on YouTube. Usually there's people on... Oh, there's Jim Wayne's here. Hey, Jim. How are you, buddy? Jim, just for participating, you're going to probably win something. He'll probably just give you something. He's always participating. What are we smoking on, man? Let's just get ripped for a while until our guest comes around.
Yeah, try this passion fruit punch.
Passion fruit punch.
Yes.
Can we try this too? Whatever you got here. This looks amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we could do a little. Here, mine's over here. Oh, by the way, let me just show you something here. I have these crazy backgrounds. I like using crazy backgrounds. They're just fun. And so here's one that we were using last time, a couple of weeks ago. It's no, it's over here. It's this one. This one here. Okay, this is not naked men in field, just so you know. These are not naked men. These are sumo wrestlers. This is a legendary sport that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they wear these things around them that they're covered up, and they're sumo. They're like 300, 400 pounds.
Big boys.
Yeah, they're just huge people, and they're in a sunflower field. I think this is the most beautiful picture. It's sumo wrestlers in a sunflower field, and I'm not going to say who said something. But they didn't know what it was, I don't think. They're like, what, there was naked men in your... No, they weren't naked. The problem was I think I had my shirt off, too. So she probably thought it was like something going on here. It's like, no, nobody was naked on the podcast a couple weeks ago. Nobody. Just so I'm going to clear that up. These are not naked people, okay? Just so you know, that's not a naked man. This is sumo. Sumo wrestlers. That was funny. That was great.
That's actually a pretty cool picture.
I love this picture. It's happy. It makes me happy. There's sunflowers in Sussex, you know.
Yeah.
You ever go up there?
Yeah.
It's great.
It's nice.
Yeah. It's
huge, right?
Dude, they have different varieties.
Like, I've passed by it, but I've never been in.
You got to go in.
Yeah.
It's tough to walk it, though. You got to be careful. There's a lot of stuff, like, on the ground. Because I have my cane, too, and I'm like,
yeah,
you got to be careful. Definitely not wheelchair friendly. I mean, it's not. It's just, you're going through a sunflower field.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But you can't expect. I can't expect that. They do their best, though. It's pretty clear.
Yeah,
They do their best.
I've seen pictures where like it's pretty clear, pretty even. They try to even it out.
Yeah, you could get pretty far.
Yeah.
In there. I like to get in there though. I like to walk in.
Yeah.
Get in there and just get a nice picture when I'm surrounded by bees and shit. It's great.
That's cool.
Love it.
I gotta try that out.
It's fun. Maybe we should go. We should do a field trip up there.
Yeah, that'd be Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, field trip, sunflower
Yeah.
field. Whoa, baby. Oh, all right, let me try one more time. My phone has been weird lately. I had my phone off for like 2 days and nobody was reaching me. I didn't know that was a problem.
Yeah, that happened to me recently. I got a new phone, and then I thought it was that, but it was working. Then it said my phone wasn't in service, and then somebody told me just to restart my phone, so I restarted it, and it was good. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Try it again.
Hello, this is Sydney.
Sydney, it's Lefty. How are you?
Hey, Lefty, I'm fine. How are you doing?
All right. Awesome.
Good.
I'm very interested in your company, Ease. It's really amazing that you have this service because here in New Jersey they couldn't figure this out, and I'm hoping that you guys can actually come to New Jersey, and can you just explain what Ease is, because it's very interesting and it's very helpful to patients actually, I think.
Yeah, so Ease is a cannabis marketplace and company that provides safe, legal access to cannabis products via delivery to adults. So right now we are only in California, but we are the largest cannabis employer in the state of California of W-2 unionized employees. So to give you a little bit of history about Ease so you understand truly what we are, we launched in 2014, and
as a technology platform that connected consumers with local dispensaries for delivery under the Medical Marijuana Act in California. A big part of the work that we did back then was helping patients get their actual medical cards in California so they would be able to utilize delivery in the legal market. We then moved in 2018 to working with adult use dispensaries as a software platform, and it was a way for dispensaries to really elevate their businesses from just a retail shop to actually getting delivery. Because as you know, there are tons of dispensaries, but all of them can't figure out how to do delivery efficiently. So they got a whole host of information with the software that includes things like how many drivers were needed on what types of days, what products were needed during what months, because that was the time when a lot of folks were using that product, what was selling on the weekends versus on a Tuesday, right? So they got all that information from our software so that they could prepare as far as having enough products available for the demand. And they were able to get up and running very quickly as a delivery shop. So we did that until 2019 when we decided to also be a plant-touching operation. And we did that because there were safety mechanisms that we really wanted to put in place for our drivers, our communities, the communities we were in, and our patients that we weren't able to really control like we'd like to because these employees didn't work for us, right? We didn't own any dispensaries, so, we were working with what the dispensaries thought was enough as far as safety mechanisms and not necessarily what our core values were. So we still license our software to dispensaries who want that information, but now we also own some of our dispensaries as well. We have agreements with other dispensaries where they might not be in the place logistically to do delivery themselves, so they contract with us. They continue to run their retail shop in the front and do the same thing they've always done, and we just kind of run the delivery out of the back. So it really all depends on the market, and that's where we actually are now. And we are, looking to see, can we bring that to New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm really hoping you can. That's a great idea, and it's going to be very helpful because we've had. I'm sorry. Yeah, we need that in New Jersey. Very much. We had Jake's Law passed a while back that allowed for delivery, and we still don't have it here in New Jersey. Sydney?
Yes.
So a lot of these dispensaries, I guess they don't want to hire. I guess they don't want to hire new people just to deliver, and they don't have the resources, I guess, to do that. And you guys already do. You can come in and hit the ground running.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge for dispensaries is in order to have a delivery service attached to your dispensary, you have to have, the drivers have to be employees of the dispensary, right? And I found that a lot of dispensaries would rather have employees that are doing other things other than delivering, because to be able to deliver efficiently, we deliver our products in, under 40 minutes right now. And most of the time my experience has been, and that's because I'm in more urban areas, is that I get my products in about 20 minutes when I'm in California. So it's very, very fast delivery. In order to have the delivery that fast, you have to be able to have enough drivers on the road at all times. And a lot of dispensaries, what they would like to do is they want to have an employee that's, working is a bud tender in the front some days or for half the day and then delivering for the other half of the day. But that's kind of limiting the access to patients, especially patients who might need their medicine or are on, people. There's no insurance for cannabis, right? People have to pay out of pocket. Folks might be able to buy large sums on the first. People get Social Security checks and all sorts of things that you have to kind of think about. And they can't always order their cannabis products 2 weeks ahead of time or a week ahead of time to get it the next week, right? Sometimes people need it when they need it, right? When they have the money to afford it. So that has been an issue. That is something that it's about access, right? It's making sure that patients have access. It's making sure that folks are able to get their cannabis in a convenient, efficient way, and that they are to pay for it, through, like I was talking to you the other day about our compassionate care program. We have a really robust compassionate care program where we're giving out free products to patients every month that qualify under the medical marijuana act in California, right? They have a medical card. These are HIV/AIDS patients, cancer patients, elderly people, veterans, folks who, of course, cannot use their insurance to offset the cost of their cannabis products, but still want their cannabis products in the same way as anybody else is able to get them. And they are able to use our platform to get free products every month, which is really, really great for them, but also it's something that the whole company got behind. We had a hackathon with our engineers to make our platform available just to these folks. So it's definitely something that we are willing and able to do. It kind of depends on what the laws will look like. Even a compassionate care program in California, it was very active when it was just a medical state. And when adult use came around, it stopped. They made that illegal. And we had to really fight. My colleague, Nicole Rettler, was one of the folks on our team who was really fighting to get a new compassionate care bill passed so that we can continue this program.
Yeah, in New Jersey, a lot of towns are banning cannabis, and they're banning medical cannabis, dispensaries, social clubs. They don't want it in their town. They expect they think they're going to see people with squeegees squeegeing their windshields. It's crazy. Yeah, I've heard some crazy arguments here. So yeah, there's a lot of towns that are going to be against the cannabis. That there are patients there that need your help, that need to be delivered to. They're in wheelchairs. They're homebound. They can't get out. They need your help.
Yeah, that is definitely something that we've seen. California is a pretty sophisticated market, and even there, sometimes patients have a hard time getting access to the plant, and that should never be not in a state that's doing the numbers it's doing as far as the adult use market. So we're definitely working and thinking about that as we are thinking about whether we're going to be able to enter New Jersey or not. But it's kind of hard to tell because you just don't know what the regulatory body is going to do. You see something in a bill, but regulations change all the time, and sometimes the spirit of the bill is lost when it gets to the regulatory phase. Yeah,
you never know. They started putting a tax on medical cannabis here in New Jersey. Well, we already have a medical cannabis tax, and now the towns are giving another 2% tax on top of that. So we're fighting that for patients. We're trying to look out for the patients' rights here because we're a 501c3. We fight for wheelchair access and cannabis patients' rights. That's what we fight for here, and we want more access and more services and more compassion. And it seems like Ease is showing that. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a part of our core values, right? I think that a lot of folks probably get Ease confused for something that it's not. We are a company that really has core values around social equity, around compassionate care work, around just safety in general, and these are things that we're all always thinking about. And our team, we give our own volunteer hours. This is not necessarily just a job for us. We are patients. I'm a patient myself, right? Many people on our staff are patients, and this is before the adult use market. And that's why we're so passionate about this work, because I can say for myself how cannabis has changed my life. It's made my life significantly better. I'm able to do things that I was never thought I was able to do before, right? And that's because of this plant. So this is not just a money-making scheme for a lot of us, because, to be honest, some of us are not making that much money, right? In this space, not like people think. It's really it's a passion that we have, and it's something that we hope if we do leave the state of California, or if we expand out of California, that we are able to keep our core values wherever we
Getting back to that, how did you begin your journey with cannabis? Mine was with medical, because mine was with back pain. I was on opiates for 10 years, and I used cannabis to get off all these opiates, and it was a struggle. It was not easy, but I did it, and I'm still in a lot of pain right now. Today is horrible for me. I'm with my friend here. I can't even tell him how much pain I'm in, because he just had surgery two days ago, and so we're both like. But what is your personal experience? How did you get involved with medical cannabis and helping people?
Yeah, so my journey was more of a mental journey and mental health. I kind of grew up in a place. I grew up in the midst of a place that was hit really, really hard by the drug war in Florida. And I grew up seeing folks in my family that were they were strung out on crack. I'm just going to say it. And people died in my family because of the drug war. People went to jail because of the drug war. And I was always kind of taught by those lived experiences that drugs were bad and all drugs were the same, right? So I never even tried cannabis, because to me, in my mind, trying cannabis was the equivalent of doing crack cocaine. Clearly, the propaganda worked on me. I truly believed it. But I had severe crippling anxiety, and I still do. And it hindered me in a lot of ways, professionally. It hindered me socially. And I had a panic attack one day. And this is when I was 28 years old. So I was later in my life. I had a panic attack, and I literally thought I was going to die. And my friend who was with me when it happened said, "You really need to try this cannabis product." And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And she gave me an edible. And from that moment on, like, my life, I hate to sound so dramatic, but my life literally changed. Like, I was able to calm down. And after that, I immediately looked into getting into the medical program. Because I was unfamiliar with the unregulated market. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't know what to do. But there were dispensaries in my neighborhood that I would pass by and see. When I finally got my card and I was able to go and talk to a bud tender who was, when I was telling him my symptoms, he was able to say, "Okay, these are the products that you need." It was almost like talking to a pharmacist, And I was like, this is nothing like everyone told me it was. And from that moment on, I was like, I wonder how many other people are in pain in different ways that could benefit from this plant. Because I just see in the short amount of time that I had been using the plant, how it has changed my life for the better. And I say it saved my life, because I was in a really bad place, really, really bad. And from then on, I've kind of been an advocate, and I was like, well, I was already working in politics, so my background is I have been working in political campaigns all over the country for about 8 years now. So that was kind of my background. I went to law school. I was wondering, and I kind of saw the movement happening when I was working on a gubernatorial campaign in Maryland, and I saw the organizing. And I was like, oh, this is just what these folks are doing to try to get a cannabis passed and legalized, is just organizing, and I'm really good at organizing. So I got involved with the local movement, and I was like, well, how can I do more? Like, what can we do to make sure that everyone has access to this plant? And I got the opportunity at ease, and really haven't looked back since.
Wow, it's amazing. So I'm assuming they prescribed you an indica right off the bat, right?
Yeah, but so it depends, right? But with the bud tender now, I'm friends with the guy. I feel like, but so it was an indica at first, and that helped me just to calm down. But that was in a moment. Those are for moments of extreme distress, right? But my everyday, actually, there are some strands of sativa that really help me as well, because with my anxiety comes like this. A lot of social awkwardness that happens for me, and the sativa is actually able for me to have conversations with people and do things that I just never thought I would be able to do before. So it depends on what is going on with my mind, in that moment, or that day or that week, because it does change. But yeah, I started really heavy on indica, but now I'm a little bit better because I've learned a lot more about the plant since then.
Those panic attacks are really, they get me too, and I never had them till I turned 40, and I'm 53 now, and they haven't gone away. They're just they're disabling because you just can't control it. You want to go somewhere and you can't go anywhere. You just kind of like, I flip out. If you have them, you understand, and it really bothers me that I have these and I can't control them. So I use cannabis, but even on cannabis, like there's times where they just hit me, you know.
Yeah. Yep. It does. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like that's what it felt like. I was like, why am I like? I thought I was having a heart attack. Like, and it wasn't that at all. I was just having an extreme panic attack. And I still get them, but it's better. It's helped a lot.
Yeah, I should try some more edibles. I don't do enough edibles, and my friend just gave me some here. I'm gonna try some. It's is this cocoa? I think it's cocoa, butter,
I think
and a lot of cannabis. So I'm gonna try this. Maybe sleep well tonight too.
Yeah. I'm not a smoker, so edibles and tinctures and other products. They have so many different products in California that the innovation is crazy out there. That when I go out there, I try as well. But that's my primary form of consumption.
That's great. Any questions, Chris?
I just want to say, hearing about your services, I was involved in a car accident 4 years ago and shattered my pelvis. And when I got in, I actually ripped my urethra as well. And so after that, I became a patient. And my problem was I had to get in a car for an hour and to get my cannabis.
Right.
And that was one of the worst rides ever. First of all, because I was involved in a car accident. My PTSD was insane. And then the pain just sitting, all that weight on my pelvis, just an hour, it's crazy. And, and we still don't have that. And that, my accident was 4 years ago and we still haven't had that. So, what you do is amazing. And, even though I can't partake in those services, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we were thinking, that's one of the reasons why we did this work, right? So even though California is one of the most mature cannabis markets in the world, right? 80% of cities, municipalities opted out of cannabis. 80%. So California's a huge state. So if you live in an area, right, that is rural, and within 100 miles of you, every city, every municipality, the whole county has opted out of cannabis, and you have to drive. There were people who were driving 100 miles to get to the closest dispensary to get their products. And even when they got there, it's not like they can get a month's supply, right? Everybody doesn't have money like that to get a month's supply of cannabis, but, be able to do that. Everybody also, home grow is great, but I know I've tried to grow plants unsuccessfully many times. It's a skill there that it's a skill set you have to have, right?
Yes.
And everybody's not able to do it. I'm one of the people that's not able to do it. So what about those folks? What do they do? And delivery is a really great option for them, right? And you don't have to the great part about what the law in California is that you don't necessarily just have to get your cannabis products delivered to your home. You can get it delivered to wherever you are. A hotel, your friend's house, the grocery store if you want to, wherever you are is where you can get your cannabis products delivered. So I think that is really helpful for patients who, because in California, even if the municipality has opted out of cannabis, folks can still deliver inside of that municipality.
Right.
But the town doesn't get the tax incentives.
Yeah, so there's
right.
Yeah, so there's a couple different taxes, tax dynamics that are at play. I don't know how it would work in New Jersey, but in California, and what I think makes total sense for any other state to follow is that the sales tax happens at the point of delivery, so the end point. So if you it's weird because New Jersey is such a different state, right? But wherever the point of delivery is, that place is going to get the sales tax, right?
Right.
And then there's a cannabis tax that's also levied, and I think that might have been the tax that Lefty, you were talking about earlier, that 2% tax.
Yeah. That
actually goes to the city where the actual operation is based. So where the dispensary is. So where the driver got the product for originally, that city gets the cannabis tax, but the sales tax still goes to the cities that, even if they have opted out of cannabis, they still get that sales tax.
Interesting that they're taxing cannabis, because they're not taxing OxyContin and fentanyl, are they? Or are they? Maybe I'm missing something.
Say that one more time.
Are they taxing OxyContin and fentanyl? I don't think so. Am I missing something here?
No. I don't know.
I don't know. I just see these taxes. We're going to go to a council meeting and find out in Maplewood why they're giving a 2% medical tax on top of that. These are sick people. You want to tax the adult use? That's fine, but people on disability and wheelchairs are going to nickel and dime us. I don't know.
It's already expensive.
They're killing us here. I mean, we're literally dying. I mean, we lost quite a few people last year. We lost Marley and Jeff last year, as well as a lot of other people, and people that were advocating with us. And this is no joke to us. These councils and these government officials need to get on board and realize, have compassion and put the last first.
Yeah, I get it. I live in a state that has a pretty limited medical market, and there's no adult use cannabis, so it's hard. It's hard in general, for patients, and it's expensive. Even in the unregulated market, it's really, really expensive. I mean, an eighth can cost you $65. Like, who can afford that? I don't know.
It does. It does cost us.
Like, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I think with the discount, it's $65. I think it's more than that in Jersey, right? Yeah. I need my discount.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was outrageous.
And I don't even think our grow is organically either. I don't think we don't have organic grows over here.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear things. And guess how much a gram of wax is?
$100?
It's almost 200. It's like $180. It's it's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness!
At a dispensary, yeah.
How can people afford this? It is so expensive.
And on top of that, if you have cancer, you get limited amounts, but you still have to pay those prices.
And they don't have the amounts to give. They don't have it available. They can't even do it.
And that was my question. Like, when adult use comes, what is the have you heard about anything that they're doing to make sure that the cultivation can meet the demand?
Right now we have about 13 dispensaries.
Yeah.
Right now running.
Barely. We can barely get our stuff now.
Yes, and they want 37 in total.
Okay.
So, but I don't know what the timeline is on those other dispensaries.
Look how long it took New Jersey to roll out the medical. It could be years, could be next year. I'm hoping the end of this year, but I doubt it. We'll see. I can't be a doubting Thomas, but I don't know. I have hope. But
yeah,
We have hope.
I hope for the best.
Yeah, well, we have hope when we hear from you guys, from Ease and guys like companies like you guys. We appreciate that, and we need all the help we can get here in New Jersey. We really do. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. We are, like I said, we don't know whether we're going to be in the state yet. It's really going to depend on what those proposed regulations look like, and looks like they might come out maybe the end of this year or 2022. We hope that we'll be able to operate, but we don't know right now. But at the end of the day, we're going to be advocating for access. I'm talking
to be
pictures when I'm talking to
to be continued. Yeah.
Access.
What is your website that I can promote here? Is it?
Yeah. So you can find a little bit more information at ease.com, and you'll be able to find. If you ever are interested in any of our social equity programs, which we have a ton that I didn't get a chance to get into, but we have our Momentum program where we give out $50,000 grants to underrepresented founders. We give out 12 weeks of mentorship, and we have an opportunity for a virtual pitch day for all the underrepresented founders to pitch their business and get even more money to kind of build and grow. So if you go to eaze.com /momentum, MOMENTUM, you can find out more information about that program. We actually had a New Jersey winner recently, Leo Bridgewater, who you guys, I believe, know. He was a recipient of our 2021 grant. We do it every year. So look at the information about that. See if folks on this call or listen to this podcast might be interested in applying for next year. And, if anyone has any questions, they can reach me via email as well at snow@ease.com.
Sydney, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Lefty. It's so nice to meet you.
Same here. Bye-bye. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's the group that gave Leo the 50 grand to get his stuff going, and good for Leo. Awesome. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Lefty. How
Hello.
are you?
Hi, Slav. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
I need a
I'm
picture.
all right.
I need a picture of you. I don't have a picture of you, Slav. I need to get a picture of you.
You're allowed to steal whatever pictures you want from my Facebook. I have them all there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, take anything you want.
I don't have you up here.
That's all right. Everybody knows who I am.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing, man. Hey, something crazy happened on Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got booted out of my place for smoking pot. And the way that happened, I was in my place, and somebody was knocking on my door. I didn't open my door. My landlord just punches in the code to my place and walks in.
Can they do that? Is that legal?
No.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Were you naked?
And,
oh my God, what's going on here? How can they do that to you? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I would
Yes,
never.
it is.
Oh. And they,
Yes, it is, my friend.
and they kicked you out they kicked you out? They kicked you.
Yep.
What happened? He
And,
walked in. He walked in, and what happened?
And I was laying on my bed with my eyes closed.
Oh my gosh.
And the guy walks in, and like I open my eyes, and I'm just stunned. I'm like, I didn't know what to think.
Wow.
Oh, when I got up, I was like, get out of my place. What the hell is you doing?
Yeah. Wow. What the?
And the guy like ran away scared. So that happened, but luckily I was able to retain a place meanwhile.
Whoa.
So I'm not going to be on the street. Yeah, that was a wild trip.
I just.
And I've been here for like over a year, like almost a year and a half since I moved from Philadelphia. But Yeah, you guys are going to Ocean City tonight?
Yes.
That's like by Atlantic City, right?
Yes, it's online. It's not. We're not going there.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll get in on that with you.
I'm still amazed that your landlord would do that to you. I have to give my tenants notice if I want to go in their apartment.
Yeah, you have to give them a notice, but
Walk in on somebody when they're doing who knows what. I mean, come on. What do you?
Who knows what?
You got to be kidding
And,
me. No privacy anymore.
Yeah, I mean, no boundaries.
Nope,
That's the problem,
He doesn't know the law. I mean, you should have been filming. I would have pulled out my camera, started filming him.
Yeah, I literally was on my bed in my bed with my eyes closed, no chance to grab my phone or nothing, And, it was a big shock to me.
What if he had a camera? And what if you were naked or something? He had a camera on him. What the heck, man? This is crap. These people don't read the law. They don't know the law. These landlords do what they want. I have to follow certain laws as a landlord, and there's certain things I know I can't do, and I would never do. That's one of them.
And
you knock, and they don't answer. You go away. You come back.
I was never late once on my rent. Nothing. Never. No other issues at all. And
man.
This just happened this Sunday. But I'm looking to move back to New Jersey anyways. I've been scouting a place. It's not that easy with the COVID, But yeah, I visited New Jersey Weed Men's Joint. It's bumping, It's really busy. I'm really, really happy to see, the place so alive with so many wonderful people. They put in a new in the backyard. They put a new astroturf, so it's really nice in the backyard. I was there when they were doing it on Saturday or Sunday, I believe. So that place is doing wonderful, and we need more places like that,
Yes, we do. I like the joint. The joint's great, and he's doing very well for himself. Good for him.
Yeah, good for Ed.
I'm so happy. He's been through so much crap and hell. He's finally getting to enjoy life now, and good for him.
Yeah, still. I mean, it's still not the way it should be for him.
No, he's not legal, but they're not going to mess with him. But still, he has to look behind his shoulder sometimes because you never know.
I mean, yeah, you never.
He's not. Yeah, he needs a license.
Look at what this. Look at what's going on. The people are crossing boundaries, arresting patients, arresting people for when they shouldn't. And they're going through the system once again, and I don't get it. This is. I mean, I get it, but it's gonna take time for the people that were against us to acclimate to the situation. I get it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's very bad, and it shouldn't be excused. You know what I mean?
Oh, Slav, I'm smelling on some really nice wax here. Oh, ooh, wow.
I gotta. What are you doing podcast next week?
Yes, I am.
All right. I don't know if I can join you, but maybe I'll come up if I can join you next week, and we'll do it live.
It might be at night. We'll see. Sometimes we do them at night. We'll do them during the day. We're doing one in Trenton on 4/20, April 20th. Looking forward to that. I'm psyched.
I know that's gonna be huge. I'm hoping we'll get over 1,000 people down there.
Wow. Yeah, like we used to. We got that one year.
Yeah, we got. Oh my God. Yeah, we were really packed one year. It was crazy. That was
That was fun.
that was so much fun. I loved it. What an experience.
People have to show up. They have to. It's legal now.
You should show up. It's legal. You can't get arrested now, so just show up.
They're not gonna arrest it if
so I gotta,
the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So it's nuts, man. Here I am, a patient that's not a patient because I can't afford to be a patient. You know, my bad back. Went through all these things, and I'm still, you know, hurting from prohibition. It's nuts, you know? This is crazy, man. Absolute lunacy. And what were you talking about? You were saying, like, something about patients crossing border lines and becoming federal offenses.
Oh, well, yeah, you can't cross state line with your cannabis from Maine going to New Jersey. You're illegal in Connecticut.
And same thing for Pennsylvania?
Yeah, you're illegal in Pennsylvania, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, and New York.
Well, who knows?
That's
Because
this is because of the federal situation, right?
yeah, because even then, like if you do get caught with it here, you're still gonna run into trouble because you didn't get it from Jersey.
Yeah.
And then if you
Wow.
really think about it, it's like a cartel, and each state is like their own a group apart or a group of like
Warlords.
yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It's because every state has their own, everybody takes care of their own people, supposedly. Every state has to sell it to you, except for Maine, right? And
Right.
so it becomes like a cartel, essentially, in my eyes.
Oh, wow.
If you really, think about it and you see how they operate, it's like they all sell their own product, and we don't
so
want
they're like,
your
"All right,
product
well,
here.
You gotta get it from. If you live in our state, you cannot, betray us and go to them, because that's what this is all about. Is just we want our money.
Yeah, it's like, this is my block. I'm running it. Don't sell to my people.
That's nuts, man. Yeah, that's out of control.
And then, like, people don't really see it that way, but that's how I've been seeing it recently, especially that the laws that they're given by, just making it only for corporations, and then they collect the money from the corporation. Like,
Right. Wow.
it seems like a cartel.
Right. It's definitely it sounds like there's a problem. This is a problem. So everybody's like a prisoner, basically. Everybody that's a patient, they're a prisoner at a state. They're on probation, basically.
Yeah, and then what? And then
You can't
they're
leave
breaking the
state,
law
sir.
too. They're breaking the
Sir,
law
you can't leave the
because
state. Oh, but I'm gonna have a seizure if I don't smoke but potentially die in Pennsylvania. Well, too bad, sir.
And then you have the issue where it's still under the country. It's still federally illegal. So they're going against their own, they're going against the law anyway.
Right, the state is going against the federal government, and the federal government is going. But I want to say that. However, there's a lot of movement in the federal government right now for legalization.
Yeah, because they probably know they're losing a whole lot of money right now.
Well, this is how I see it. As soon as I'm able to sue for everything that was done wrongfully to me when it comes to cannabis, I'm gonna sue. The second that I can. I'm not the only one. There's there's a big line of people with me. So they know that, and I don't know exactly what the situation is, obviously, with them with that, but they're basically stretching the time so this can be put off, and that's how I really see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in a sense, but I feel like it's like they're just going against their own word. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the main problem.
I mean, obviously, if they're doing that, they're not stupid, right? We know they're not stupid. There's some of the, they're pretty witty, smart folks. So they clearly, if they're doing something like this, which means is that they're muddying up the water for a reason. And I think that's one of the main reasons, because they're gonna get hit so hard, from and as they should, like the reparations for the Native Americans, and still the African Americans are still fighting for it, which is wrong. They should be getting it already. And I sure as hell am fighting my life for all this, and yeah, that's how I see it. I see it as them just trying to muddy up the waters. It's all about the money. First it was, let's make money from the prohibition. Let's make money from Texas. and not give anything back to the people, you know, that we used to create this whole industry with, basically, you know. And it's bad. That's bad, you know. This is not this our government should not be evil, you know. It should be to protect us and help us. It should not be using us to, you know, generate wealth for themselves. And I'm not against that, but do it in a, you know, do it in a way where, all right, if the people that you hurt, take care of them, and then, you know, make your dollars. I don't care. You know what I mean? Give us access. Give us, you know, access to grow our own medicine. You know, give us our freedom that you know that you took away, and we're never gonna be free as long as we're paying $65 an eighth. I can smoke an eighth in an hour. You know, in one joint. I could put an eighth in one joint.
I can smoke an eighth in 9 minutes.
Yeah, really.
Exactly. You can smoke an eighth in a dab. One dab.
Let's play a game.
Just to take a nap, probably.
Let's play a game. Remember the Name That Tune? I can name that tune in 4 notes. I can name that tune in 3 notes. I can name that tune in 1 note. Name that tune. Well, let's do it like that. I can smoke that eighth in 9 minutes. And then you could smoke that eighth in 8 minutes.
How, in the God's creation, when I'm making $10 an hour, okay? $10 an hour. How can I provide for myself? How can I provide? I cannot provide for myself.
You can't. It's ridiculous.
I cannot.
You have to do without something. Do without some food or some
I have to wear
utilities.
dirty clothes. I have to dry myself with a dirty towel.
No new underwear for a month.
I have to eat eggs and, you know, just so I can have my medicine. Eggs and bread.
Eggs and bread.
Long.
And get some cheese once in a while. Some good Irish cheese.
Yeah, right. What was that stuff in the can? Good Irish. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? But
you're making me hungry. Slav, you're making me hungry, man. Come on, stop it.
Yeah, I'll drink salt water if I'm hungry, you know? But or sugar water. And but you know, and
I didn't eat my cracker.
My parents worked. My mom, home health aide, $10 an hour. My dad, superintendent, $12 an hour, all day life. No raises, no nothing. Okay? They paid all my jail fines, all my lawyer fines, everything. I never made more than $10 an hour. You know, I paid everything myself. Yeah, and you know, and then the you know, there's not a single word about, you know, New Jersey, about people that have suffered, you know, the arrests, the probation, the embarrassment, not getting jobs, not getting everything. You know, there's not a single word about, you know, helping these people and, you know, okay, this is the path for you guys to, you know, for you know, for the lawsuit or anything like that. You know, it's all about, okay, this side or that side. You know, you guys know me. If it's good, if it's to help people, I'm for it. You know, I'm not that way at all. You know, and it's been real hurtful, man. It's been like, you know, all my life that is, you know, that I've been suffering basically, and a lot of my friends, people that I associate with, you know, their families, you know, I think my family suffered more than me because, you know, they're not cannabis consumers. So, you know, living in the mindset and the stigma of the prohibition and having a son that is totally opposite. I mean, you know, I can't even imagine dealing with that, you know? And there's a whole other realm of this issue, you know, all this psychological damage that was done, you know, to our families, to our friends. The life would have been, you know, way different. The life would have been way, way different if, you know, if this would have never happened. But it happened, you know? And it happened in the worst way possible. Jail, probation, you know, no work, you know, eating, you know, sometimes, you know, I was so poor, I had to, like, climb in an Aldi's dumpster and get whatever they used to, you know, throw out that was outdated. There was, you know, times in my life, like, I got, you know, it was crazy. It's crazy, you know? It's crazy. Really crazy, guys. And, you know, when somebody is telling you, you know, I don't want to use pills, I don't have the money to purchase from the dispensary. Please let me do it at home so I can sustain my life without more suffering, from crazy narcotics. I can't understand if you don't see the compassion in that, you don't see compassion, or you're just being manipulative for your own, bad reasons. That's what it's all about. And us as people that are, trying to change the situation, we got to be so relentless, man. And it's so hard, because we don't have much for ourselves, but we have to do even more than what we really can, and we do. And we suffer more because of that. But we have to say it's okay because, inside, at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, at least we go to sleep, we have a good night's sleep. We're not afraid, or we don't have bad thoughts. I mean, we sometimes, but you know what I mean, at least we're decent people that we can go to, safe and sound asleep at night,
I had a friend who died. It was easier for him to get heroin on the street corner for $10 than it was to get in the cannabis program to get off that heroin.
Oh my God!
And that's happening all over the place. And Ocean City tonight, when we go to Ocean City, they sell OxyContin and fentanyl in 4 storefronts. They have no problem selling all that stuff that they have to use Narcan to wake all these people up on the beach that are passed out.
I feel like Dalai Lama sometimes. That's crazy. I feel like Dalai Lama sometimes. You know how he can't go back to Tibet because the communist government does not let him in? And, I came to the United States in 1995 or 96 or whatever. I was 11 years old. I have not been back one time to a place where I was born because of the probation and all the money wasted and everything. I've been like 30 years. I haven't been, back to the place where I was born and not able to see my, immediate family and everything, my close family and all that, So, yeah. But it's, it's crazy, man. We have to be strong. We have to be strong. That's all I can say. We have to keep going forward, and we have to be strong. We have to fight. Where I'm born in Belarus, you go to prison for 8 years for a roach. 8 years for a roach. Right now, because they have like all these protests, they're putting people in jail just by walking down the street and clapping their hands.
Even now? Even right now?
Right now.
Right
in
now.
Belarus, because they try to amend the constitution because the president doesn't want to leave. And they had all these, protests, big protests over there and everything. And now they're arresting people just for going down the street and clapping.
Wow.
Wow. So
that's frightening.
But the crazy thing is that, I was like, I was like thinking to myself a couple days ago about that whole thing. I don't know if what's Chernobyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Ukraine, there was a nuclear disaster in the 80s, and, Belarus, Russia, Poland, all those countries got affected by the fallout. My dad died from cancer. My aunt died from cancer. My other aunt died from cancer. The cancer rates are increasing, and cannabis, as we know, is obviously, it helps a lot, cures, whatever, and I can't believe they would put people in prison for the medicine over there, and knowing that, due to the ecological factors, and it's all because of the alcohol over there, the alcohol, it makes the most money. Belarus is number 1 for alcoholism in the world. My cousin died at the age of 27 from alcoholism over there. But because they generate a lot of the money, the country doesn't have open borders, they don't have trade. So they make they poison the population with vodka, and that's where they're generating a lot of, the revenue. So, obviously they don't want any recreational thing that's good for you to, obviously, that helps you to that you can grow. And obviously over there, everybody's a farmer because you can't provide, you'll die in the winter without farming. So, people will grow it and, but because of the money situation, they're that's, this is the reason, the control, the money, and it's insane. And, there's some movement in United Nations and the World Health Organization, and it's good. It's really, really exciting to see that. But it's not fast enough, People are dying every day with cancer, and they can, this will be their miracle. This will be everything for them. And because of the money, the political control, they're doing the prohibition over there, But us, our political, they reflect us, they compete with us, they reflect us, whatever, So when we're having these good things happen here in the States, it sure as hell has an effect over there, on the way that people think, on the way that people, create, political movements, whatever, everything, So anything that we do here and, make it better, for us here, it helps people out there. And me, Lefty, I've been saying this for as long as you know me, and I'm a big advocate of this,
Thanks, love. Thanks for calling in, buddy. I appreciate it. We're gonna talk again
Yeah, man,
soon.
love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, man.
Peace, brother.
Yeah, peace, brother. Yep, you guys. I'll see you guys maybe next week, and definitely tonight I'll be there.
All right.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yo, have a
See ya.
good day. Get high for me, man. Peace.
That was Slav. His real name, I can't even begin to pronounce it, but you know who he is. What's this? Oh, I'm getting text. Oh, it's... Oh. I hope I have a nice picture of this guy here on the home. Let's see. Let's see if I got a picture. I got to have a picture. Let's see. Let's see. Hello?
Hello?
Huh?
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
You're on the air.
Oh, awesome. Hey, well, I tell you what, Slav did a great job. I like the fact of what he said, too, about what we do here in North America impacts the rest of the world, because it's absolutely true. If you look at what's happening, especially with the Canadian market, they're exporting over to Europe, Israel. There's a bunch of areas within Europe now that are talking about the medical and also the adult use markets. So he's absolutely 100% correct on that, because all the American and Canadian companies are now involved over in Europe and Asia talking about cannabis. So money is it's definitely a money game too. So.
Oh, there's unions over there, huh?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. So we have an affiliate over there in Europe and Asia, and they are also in Africa and parts of South America, called Uni Global is our affiliate labor union, because we know that workers' rights is an issue that not only impacts, here in North America and territories, but it also impacts the rest of the world, right? So just like Swan said, what happens here sets the tone. So we have to show that's why, patients' rights, a lot of patient advocates are taking what guys have been doing, especially like the UK and stuff. If I read, I see that they take the same exact kind of methods of how they talk about it. It's good to see sometimes the American patient activists that are helping European activists, and and I know you see all that stuff because that's your village, right? So, but yeah, I mean it's interesting. But I'll tell you what I'm really excited about, I wanted to call in for really, was just to say tonight is Ocean City.
Ocean City. I can't wait for Ocean City, bro.
They're horrible, man. I wouldn't spend $1 in Ocean City, and I hate to say that, but I will never forget. I mean, I guess as a reminder to folks, Lefty and I went to the meeting when they banned medical cannabis in Ocean City. That was a few years back, and I will just never forget the way they talked about patients. I mean, that's really what got me the most. You know, it wasn't the fact that they were using the normal propaganda, but how they referred to patients and the usage of cannabis, medical cannabis, you know, pot, smoking pot, you know, smoking that dope, you know, like it was like, you know, basic. I mean, it was really, it was upsetting, you know, and they claimed to, you can be community and still be decent to something that you disagree with, right? You know, you can still be a community-based town and be decent about it. And so Ocean City, like, I do hope the patients that are listening today, you don't have to be aggressive. You know, you don't have to be, you have to just be you and talk about your story and and even if they don't get it, let the rest of the world hear how Ocean City has treated patients. It's important. It's important because I just have a problem with it. I don't, they claim to be a dry town. That's great. I'm glad that you don't allow alcohol, whatever you want to do. But if you have a pharmacy, then you can have a medical facility, right? If you have a pharmacy, do you treat people that come down there with their arthritis and all their pains and get pills? You call them names or think of them in a bad way when they use the local pharmacy. So why would you look bad on somebody who's come down and use a local dispensary? You know, even if you have a small little place that has a few strains to offer some folks some relief, right? So they don't have to leave on their vacation to go drive somewhere. So I just want to, want you to know that I personally support the patients tonight who are going to be speaking up. And I hope that if you don't go to a meeting usually, that you do go to this one. I do suggest that. I mean, not every town is horrible. We know that. Some towns just need to be educated, and Tiva Cross and all the activists within that, coalition of medical marijuana do a great job at educating. Great job. Nobody better, But there's some towns that just are like Ocean City.
Hugh, do you know what the council and the mayor said? They want the police chief to keep arresting patients and let the courts figure it out.
Yeah, I saw the articles. It's upsetting. It really is. Like I said, it you would think now, look, in 2018 when we were down there, they had a couple of years now, 3 years almost, to kind of change their views, get some education, maybe go visit. I wonder if they even visited a dispensary. I wonder if they even went and visited a group, sat down with a group of patients who have some issues and talk about their usage. And they would see that it's people in their 40s and 50s and 60s, that it's not, this common, street dude chilling, smoking a blunt, right? And not there's anything wrong with that either, You do what you do.
Hugh, they're drinking on the beach. They're smoking cigars on the beach. And now they're like, now they're going to be smoking pot on the beach. Well,
Well, they're going to claim that none of that happened because they're a dry town, right? And they're a family community and all this other stuff. Well, just because you're a family community, again, it just goes back to decency. That's how we're going to keep it. There's a way of disagreeing about something. And it's one thing to be firm on something that's really horrible and horrendous. But, to attack patients and still have that mindset that patients are the same world as, again, all use is medical in my view, and I think a lot of us feel that way. But I think about Jeff Oakes, right? You think about people like that. You think about how can you discourage people like this, who are hardworking people, who are good fathers, good husbands. They're productive part of society. He just happened to be that poor fellow that got cancer, right? You're going to disparage that type of person, and the way I still get pissed off, man, when I think about that meeting. I still do, dude. I can't help it, man. And I really just hope tonight should be a patient night, and I mean that sincerely. The patients should speak up. This should be a patient night. I hope patients do call in and speak. I think it's important. I really do.
You know what's going to happen in Ocean City now? All the patients are going to make that the destination now, because you can actually smoke on the water. Yeah,
Oh shit!
just
Really?
like the
Well,
song.
you know,
Yeah,
well,
they drink on the water, so you can smoke on the water, and a patient can medicate wherever, but definitely on the water would be.
well, you should look. I mean, look, activism in any form is is a part of our democracy here.
No,
You know?
no vacation. This is just vacation, bro.
Oh, vacation.
We all just want to go have fun, man.
Never
Smoke.
mind, vacation. Vacation is all. You know what? Vacation should be part of our constitution too. Everybody should get vacation, right?
Your union
Well,
offers
we say
vacation.
right?
Your
We
union.
say vacation.
Yeah, your union gives a few weeks, right? I love it.
That's right, we do. That's right. They are union contracts do have vacation time and personal time.
Let's
Pay
do,
paternity leave.
Ocean City is our destination now for patients.
Well,
We'll let them know. Let's let them know tonight that we're gonna invite patients to come to Ocean City and smoke.
Yeah.
Who's the one fellow that always I can't remember his name, but I love when he calls in. He always says, "I'm bringing a bus, and we're all smoking pot in town."
Yeah, let's bring a bus. Yeah.
What's his name? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with that is though, we get so many sick people. To pick them up in a bus, it would be logistically it'd be tough. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard enough to get out of the house.
No, but I like when he does it though.
That's
It makes me
funny.
laugh,
I
man.
love it.
Every
It's
time
funny.
he does it, because like he's sitting, he's calm, he's very like to the point. All of a sudden, whenever they talk back to him, he goes, "You know what? I got a bus, and I'm bringing it.
I'm coming with the bus."
I love it, man. It's the best. It's the best. Shit, man. Well, look, I just think, I think it's really great. I want to commend you and your entire team. I know that you have a very active board now and everybody's involved, for doing everything you're doing, especially with the 420 thing event coming up at the state capitol. And I know that you're going to make it, patient-oriented, pro-cannabis professionalism, and I'm looking forward to it. It's, you've done a lot of work. There's been a lot of people that have been involved in this conversation over the past decade plus. And I think it's the one day where everybody can just kind of sit back, relax, and be human and talk and laugh a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Have fun.
we all know there's a lot of work to do. We all know that it's not going to stop, right? But kind of like that one day where it's like, screw it, just hang out for a minute and chill,
Yeah.
So
Can't wait.
and
I'm psyched.
recharge. So no, it's great, and keep up the great work with the council meetings. Again, Ocean City tonight. I totally suggest that if you're a patient, even if you never spoke before, there's been so many patients over the years that have went to these meetings that said, "This is my first time doing it." Unfortunately, we're not there physically, but I can tell you right now, we're there with you. Even if it's a 30-second, something you say to the council, it makes a difference. And the patient voice really is the most important voice. And I really hope that, just keep on supporting the cause. And Lefty, keep up the great job of going back to these councils that banned it in the past and, revisiting. It takes a lot of energy, time, and I hope everybody out there listening understands how much work that is. Like, it's a lot of stress, and the guy does it. So I appreciate you and your entire organization, all the activists out there. You're great.
Thanks, brother. It's been busy, bro. I couldn't believe how and we're going back to like 60 towns again now. It's ridiculous. We're just picking them out as they come. There's a bunch.
You keep doing it, because it's fun too. I mean, I like when you run. Like, I think about Garfield, right? You went back to Garfield, and I remember that meeting in Garfield. I remember going up there, and I remember they were kind of nasty about like trying to like every reason why not to keep it out,
man.
So I remember, and now they're having change of heart. So it's like,
Yeah.
Did you go into that meeting that many years ago kind of go, okay, maybe it's not what we thought it was? And at the time, no one wants to admit that they're wrong, right?
The mayor did.
So
The mayor said
actually,
that.
yeah.
He said that. I can admit when I was wrong.
Yeah.
And wow.
Yeah, so there you go. So then, it's that type of thing, right? So, I think you keep on doing what you're doing. There's a time, you have the conversation first. You're always decent when you walk in. As the patients come in, they're normal people. They talk about their life and how medical cannabis has helped them and what it really means to have a facility in your town or borough. But after they disrespect you, then,
Then it's on.
Julio, you know, when that shows up, it shows up. You know, they did it to themselves. You know what I mean?
You commie pinko. I love that one.
Surf City, right? That's Surf City, right?
That was supposed to be yesterday. They changed the time on us, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. No, well, that my gosh.
What are they doing over there, man?
Dude, they don't even leave. They never leave. It's like they just sit there. It's like it's like Star Wars. Like, you know how Star Wars is like don't live in many planets? It's like the whole little planet. It's not even like their own little island. The planet.
It is.
They never leave.
It's weird
I
down
I feel
there.
like that's how
If you
Jersey
come
is
in-
in general.
Dude, South Jersey man, is a problem.
Hey, Hugh, listen,
know?
we have more towns to go to because now Maplewood is adding a 2% tax on medical. I have a problem with them adding another 2% tax on medical. I just do.
Now, is it medical or is it adult use they're adding it to?
Both.
Both. They're doing it to both.
Yes.
Hmm.
So,
And
yeah.
I think, you know, look, there's no reason why they just can't make it into adult use tax and not on it, because that was the whole intent of the adult use too, right? Was
Yeah.
to take the tax away for the patient base. So why not just tax the adult use? I mean, that's a fair compromise. You know, you're not asking this not tax candidates. Where you're just saying just don't tax the medical person, tax the, you know, the adult use without the card.
Right. Why,
you know,
why don't they tax OxyContin and fentanyl? Because
I agree. I think as long as you move into the middle, you're making a compromise, right? I mean, what can they say to that? I mean, all they can say is no, and then you know what they're about. So, I mean, there's going to be so many things in between these conversations, like the taxation. Like, you know, no one's really thinking about that yet because they're not paying it, they're not dealing with it. It's like the patients have been paying it, right?
right.
But, you know, it's going to be a conversation, and I hope that the state stays on the same route. And this is where the Cannabis Commission comes into play, right? All the patients who are active need to go to the commission, need to show up and share your voice, not just on patient rights, but the industry, right? If anybody has the right to speak, it's the consumer, right? So I hope the adult use consumer and the medical consumer speak up on the issues that affect their cannabis, whether that's the businesses that come into New Jersey, the community aspects of a business, the quality, consistency, safety, workers' rights, you know, how they treat LGBTQ and people of color and immigrants. Like, all these things all those things should matter to a patient, because all those things are going to affect your medicine, right? And I just hope that, you know, everybody shows up to that too. You know, people stay active and speak up on the things that matter. We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here in New Jersey, and we laugh about Ocean City and stuff like that, and, you know, because it is, you know, kind of a joke. We deal with them. But as far as the industry itself and the environment of what New Jersey as a state, you know, whether, you know, the activism world, the industry, you know, whatever you want to say, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do the right thing here. So the commission is going to be important. I hope folks show up to that too. But until then, 420, looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to Ocean City tonight. So I will be watching, 100%.
Me too, brother.
Okay.
You gonna speak?
You know what? I don't know yet. Because I thought about it. You know, I am a patient, but I didn't want to take away from, you know, the core. You know, I didn't want to get there and speak. I mean, they know how we feel about the workers' rights stuff. I guess I could just speak on it you know what? I might just speak on it on a personal level. You know, just on a personal, like, patient level, because that's really what bothers me about them, is the way they disparage. So yes, if I do speak, it'll be on that level. So
Right on, brother.
hell yeah, I don't. The disparaging is what I have a problem with, like a real problem. Like, I don't like they ban things, but I have a real problem with the way they do it. So, all right. Hey, you both have a good day, and great interview with everybody. Ease, Sounds is a good company.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
They do have a collective bargaining agreement with us in California, which means that their drivers and delivery folks are unionized. They don't want to be like Uber and Lyft. So I just want to say that on the air. I know it for a fact because I spoke to the local out there in California. So we check up on companies immediately when they come into the market, and we've spoken to them. And so they're not going to be like Uber and Lyft where they try to fight and say, well, these workers they're not really workers. They're temporary workers, They're private, third-party contractors. They find every way to not make you a worker so they don't have to give you a good wage, so they don't have to cover your insurance or your dental or your vision, So I would say ease is not like that, which is awesome because everybody wants to find a way to make an easy buck and save money, right? And so far, they have definitely been different on that level. I can tell you that. The fact that they have a union contract, they're guaranteeing their workers what these other companies are not guaranteeing their workers. And that's a living wage. And everything else comes with paternity leave, sick time, vacation time. So I'm okay with these.
Me too. That's what we need. We need that in Jersey because they're not delivering in Jersey.
The thing that impacted me the most about her was her story about how she dealt with anxiety and how she viewed drugs and how she said, yes, I was, that I was the what was it? The propaganda really worked on her,
Yeah.
And how she turned it around.
And yeah, absolutely. No, I thought that was a good point that you bring up. It's funny. I think back when I was a kid, I think we were all taught that, right? You touch weed, and it's like, it's like you might as well just go hang in the alleyway and smoke crack, type of thing, right? So you're pushed to see that. You're everywhere you go, school, your parents, like you're just constantly pushed that. And there's no doubt that some drugs are absolutely horrendous, and I don't know why, like heroin, and like I don't get it, but it's there, and it's an addiction. You have to treat that in a separate way, and I get that, it makes sense, help people out, there's plenty of good people, but cannabis helps people get off those type of drugs, and, it's good to see that other people are seeing that it's not a gateway, it's a release from being attached to not only legal narcotics, but also legal narcotics you get from the CVS or Walgreens, right? So, it's good to see, it's good to see. And, hopefully we get more companies we need more leadership like that, right, in the industry you can be a business person and also be ethical. I don't know why that mindset has died out over the past, 80 years. But, it's okay to care about patients. It's okay to care about consumers and people that live in that community, and it's okay to treat your worker with respect and dignity. But hopefully with cannabis, we can all work together. I plan on being heavily involved. I'm not going nowhere. And part of my key aspects of going forward will continuously be patient rights as well. Because to me, patients' rights is a working class issue. So, I will continue to be on the side that needs to be on. So that and the UCW will be as well in New Jersey. You have my word on that.
Hugh, there's breaking news. Breaking news, Ocean City. Oh, man.
What?
This just came out.
What?
Oh, man. Mayor Jay Gillian plans to bring a new ordinance to City Council on Thursday prohibiting cannabis sales and cultivation anywhere in the beach town. At the February law, much of the frustration focused on the easing of penalties for those under 21. Members are also worried about the public use of cannabis on the boardwalk or beaches. Public smoking or other consumption of cannabis is banned under the approved state law, including parks and public beaches. Still, council members said there were increased reports of cannabis use in the resort last summer, which they believe will only get worse with official legalization. They're going to descend upon our town again, said Councilman Jody Levchuk. He said if the town tolerates public marijuana use, there will be problems. We know they're coming as the weather gets warmer. And the last thing that we want to see is people marching down the boardwalk or gathering on the beach and just having a smoke fest out there, because people can't wait to do this. It's just a matter of where in New Jersey they're going to do this. Hopefully it's not Ocean City. Well, guess what? Now that's my new destination this summer is Ocean City. I can't wait to go to Ocean City and smoke cannabis.
Wait, so what? So they also, and on top of being against it, period, now they introduced an ordinance to ban it completely, 100% in the town now. Adult use to.
Well, it looks like it. It looks like they
Yeah,
want to
beach
arrest
and
everybody.
everything.
Yeah, everything. The beach area. Okay. We know we can't smoke on the beach, so we can smoke on the sidewalk there. So that's fine. No.
Right. Look, this is the thing. They are equating patient usage to Hollywood TV when people smoke, a J in the park after high school, right? That's what they're equating it to. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. Like, again, if they ban, the law says where you can smoke tobacco, then you can smoke your medical cannabis, right? That's the law. That's it. So you want to ban it where you can't smoke tobacco? Fine. You can't smoke in the park. Can't smoke on the beach. Can't smoke on the boardwalk. But I can go down the street where not Ocean City, where the bar is. But you can find some place there, on the sidewalk.
Speakeasy.
Yeah, whatever's in that town. People drink there still. That's the thing. People still drink. They just do it inside, right, on the porch.
On the beach.
They buy it from the big liquor store that's right outside the town. Right? As soon as you drive into Ocean City, dude, there's a huge freaking liquor store. That dude makes so much money because everybody buys their crap before they go in there.
Yeah.
And you can still deliver it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, deliver it. Yeah. There you go.
So, you know what I mean? So, they're not really winning. They're just hurting their community. They're hurting the tax base, and they're hurting communities, the medical community on top of that. So, because patients would come there, right, if they were decent and would want to spend money at the restaurant and spend a little bit of stuff at the corner store and buy a shirt or wherever the hell. I vacation in Ocean City. Dude, that's where that should be the shirt. Get a pig pot leaf. I vacation in Ocean City.
I like that.
Shit, man. And rock it. Oh man. Well, hey, look. I'll definitely be on tonight. So, again, I gotta go. I gotta get some. I'm so busy. So, I don't even know what to call it, man. I got patience. Please, just call in, be on there. Even if you just say I support the patients, and
Here's another quote from Jay Gillian. This law is the worst thing that has ever happened to New Jersey. Really? He wasn't here for the hurricane or we had a lot of bad shit happen in New Jersey. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
I vacation in Ocean City. Yes.
It's the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. My life is over. The potheads won. Really? This guy's out of his mind.
God. Oh, man. Lefty, I'm so glad you're around, man. I tell you what. I just turn you on. I'm like, this guy just makes me feel good about life.
Thanks for encouraging me. I appreciate it. And some people, some people don't, but I do.
Well, Ocean City's definitely going to win.
Ocean City! Oh no! There come the potheads. Here come the squeegee boys.
Yeah, the squeegee boys.
The squeegees and the crime.
All right. Well, hey, you both. This is like the 5th time I said this, but I gotta go.
What time's the meeting tonight?
Oh, is it?
Got him. Got him. I got him. I love it. Got him. He's gonna hear it now. He's gonna hear the delay. Yeah, I got you, Hugh. Sorry, I had to get you. I had to hang up on you. You were gonna keep talking for like 2 hours. Hugh will keep going for hours. It will literally. He's like the mayor. He'll just talk to you for hours about every subject. We'll talk about anything. It's great. He was great. He's like he's the mayor. He's like the mayor of
he's cool.
Of life. The mayor
of life. The life guru.
He's the life guru. I actually go to him for advice. I really do.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised who I go to for advice. Let's take his picture down. All right. Let's call Brian. I was supposed to call Bob. I don't know if I didn't catch up with Bob yet. All right. Selling cartoonist, I believe. Yeah, I don't have his resume in front of me, but
Hello?
Hi, Brian.
Yeah.
It's Lefty, man. How you doing, bro?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, bro. We're on the air. I just wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find your picture here. Hold on. I have your picture. Oh, it's the cartoon picture, I guess, that you made.
Yeah, that's fine.
I love it. I love this. You're I didn't get to explain who you are. You're a best-selling author, cartoonist. Tell me who you are.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I'm a comic artist. I live in Philadelphia. And I make comics, and I make graphic novels, and I had a few. I make nonfiction graphic novels, which is kind of like weird because it's not a novel because it's not fiction. But so I did a graphic novel about Andre the Giant's life. It ended up being a bestseller on the New York Times bestseller list. And a couple more, one about Tetris, there's one about Andy Kaufman, and then there's one about cannabis. But it's about, like, the history of cannabis and, like, how it became illegal in the first place. It doesn't really touch on stuff that's going on, like, now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the history. It's a crazy It's a crazy history of cannabis. Going back a long ways. It's been a long history.
Yeah, it's like I think before I did the book, before I started, getting into the research of it, I was like, oh, like people in the past, like they didn't know. They thought cannabis was really dangerous. And when I did the research, I found out like that wasn't the case, like at all. They knew that it wasn't dangerous. They had other things on their mind besides the protection of the citizens. It's just like, I mean, it's crazy. And then kind of seeing it still kind of happening nowadays, it makes me even more it just makes me insane. So, like, I spent probably, like, the last year, like, just, like, reading and researching and, like, getting more angry. I was working on another book, a book about, actually about Vladimir Putin, but I was just illustrating it. In the meantime, I was, like, tweeting at every, like, politician surrounding cannabis and, like, yelling at them and, like, just being mad about the whole situation. And so I decided to stop doing that and try to channel my energy into making comics about the situation and kind of, like, bringing the whole situation with legalization to like, people that aren't necessarily, like, embroiled in the whole thing of it. Because I think a lot of people, don't want to see what's happening exactly, but they don't even know. And they want legalization. We all do. So it's hard to like decipher people that, like, who's on your side and who's not when both want legalization, but there's many different kinds of legalization popping up all over the country.
There's a lot of I don't know. I feel like, especially, I don't know, at least for New Jersey, it's kind of weird because, it's legal, but certain towns will not partake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. And, that happened in Massachusetts, too, where it was like, it made it hard to find zoning, like, properly zoned places to open up and kind of just, like, deal with the project, everything. Because there's going to be towns in New Jersey that are going to be like, hell yeah, And so that's where everybody's going to be searching for and going to those places. But it's going to take time. And also, like, I don't know exactly. I haven't read exactly every in and out of the New Jersey bill, but I don't know how friendly it is to small business exactly. I'd like to think that it is, but, I'm just knowing how other ones have rolled out. I think it might advantage the bigger players in the game. So I would imagine, like, over the next year, the first companies that you're going to see selling legal weed in New Jersey are going to be like Curaleaf, and other companies like that. It's not going to be like Jersey Mike's weed cannabis. It's going to be these big multi-state operators running first, definitely, and then it's going to be a very, very, very slow rollout for the smaller businesses.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when they have all that money and all that, that political power, leverage, whatever you want to call it.
They're advantaged in every way. That's the thing. It's. I was talking to Shalene Title about this, who is a regulator in Massachusetts, and it's like, I was like, they just go in and lobby. They can lobby so much, and we can't do that. But it's not just that. Like, obviously, going in and doing like PowerPoint presentations and talking to all these, having access to the politicians helps in a big way. But they're advantaged in every other way. So no matter how the law shakes out, no matter how it shakes out, it could be like, $1 million for a license. And, you have to build a 500,000 square foot grow to get a license. Whatever hoops they end up coming out with, the large corporations are going to be the first ones there and able to do it no matter what. And it's not going to be people from New Jersey that already are there and operating in this business, importing cannabis from other states and whatever, and distributing it. Those people aren't going to have the opportunity to now like go legit, because it's only going to be a select few group of people who are able to do that. They're going to be able to get a job as a bud tender if they want to.
Yeah, like Ed Fortune. I just saw your cartoon about Ed Fortune. This is great. I'm gonna put it up in a minute, but yeah, he can't get legal. He can't get a license.
Yeah, exactly. He's great, because I love him, because he just doesn't give a fuck at all. Like, I'm sorry, are we allowed to swear?
Oh yeah, especially in that case, he's been through hell.
Oh, yeah.
He's been through
He
hell.
doesn't care. Like, he's just like, I'm gonna sell weed, and I don't give a fuck, because this is an unjust law. It's like how you should feel, really. I mean, like, be followed. There's no in other states. It's not necessarily like this. I mean, in Maine, it's not that difficult for a small business to operate in their medical program. But that's even at risk now too. Like, all of that great stuff. Like, that's a really good market up there, and they're working on changing the laws to make it less good for us and better for larger corporations. The one thing that is the worst part of the New Jersey bill is no home grow, because to me, home grow is the last defense against the corporations running all of cannabis. Is that you can grow your own. It's like the last line of defense, and that's taken away. And it's not like growing weed is like this easy ass thing to do. I know it's not impossible. Obviously, it's not like you need a laboratory or something. It's just, if you can grow a garden, you could probably get pretty good at growing cannabis. But the average person is probably not going to home grow. They probably will not. But for the people that really, really need it, they will. They'll figure out a way to do it. And those are the people that, these are patients now we're talking about, because the people that really need a lot of cannabis or high doses of cannabis are patients, not the recreational user, who likes to smoke a joint or eat an edible on a Friday night or something like that. These are people that need it on a regular basis for conditions that they have, chronic conditions, pain, mental illness, this type of thing. And the idea that they're holding it back, and it's so simple, I don't know, it could make you crazy. It could make you nuts. So making these comics is making me feel sane, because it's like my one way of feeling like I have some kind of voice in what's going on right now,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Chris Goldstein one too. That's a good one. I can't find Chris Goldstein's one, but that's a good one too. He was so happy that he was in there.
Did I lose you?
Oh, sorry. I had to. I was making noise. I'm sorry. I love Chris.
sorry.
You had one with Chris Goldstein that was so
Oh,
funny, and I'm trying to find it. I can't find it, but he was so thrilled to be in your comic. It was great.
I know, he was really excited. I love Chris. Chris is a really, really good guy to follow on Twitter. He's really knowledgeable, really smart.
Yeah.
Very passionate advocate for cannabis. And he's become a good friend of mine, and he's really funny. He's really, really good dude. But, he, being friends with him and getting to know some of these people involved, you can get like a very deep sense of like what's happening. Me and Chris were able to get a meeting with Troy Singleton, a NJ legislator, and I had never met with a politician before in this regard, but Chris had. So Chris was one of Troy Singleton's constituents.
Yeah.
So he was in the meeting with me, and it was very interesting because, Troy's bill wants to provide a subsidy to people for their medical cannabis, but I argue that there's no reason to subsidize that because these companies can afford to give a discount to patients without being subsidized because they're still making money hand over fist. And the only way we'd really know that is if we have transparency. So if taxpayers are gonna subsidize medical cannabis, then taxpayers should know like how much profit each company is making on each individual sale. So we had this argument with Troy for a long time. We had a half-hour meeting. We spent like 25 minutes going back and forth on the subsidy thing. And then right at the end, we were like, let's talk a little bit about the other part of the bill, which was to allow home grow for medical patients. And we were like, well, can we put some language in the bill where, the police cannot enter your house or do any kind of bust because they smell cannabis? So just like the way it is with a car, they can't enter your car if they smell cannabis and search your car. And he was just like, okay. So that part, he just was immediately like, okay, we will add that to the bill. So it was a wild experience because that was very small, but it was something. And he immediately budged on that. And the other one, he fought us tooth and nail.
Wow.
Yeah, but that felt pretty good because, if that bill becomes a law now, they won't be bust into people's houses for seeing or smelling weed, and that adds in the bill because me and Chris had that meeting. So that felt good, but it still feels like you're pushing an elephant up the stairs or something because you're one individual up against this huge industry. But I think that the more we are able to get together with other cannabis users, growers, people in the black market, like dealers, that's a derogatory term sometimes, but listen, these are just entrepreneurs who are importing something from another state or growing it and providing it. So they're business people too. They're small businesses. So we had to link arms with all these different constituencies that have the same goals as us and link our struggles. Because, when we're all together and we're speaking with one loud voice, it's much harder to ignore that than when it's just one person yelling at a politician on Twitter, even when it's someone who wrote a book. They don't give a shit at all unless you're representing a lot of people.
I want to see that video. I want that video. The audio.
Which one?
Of you yelling at the council.
Oh, God.
Please.
It is probably on video somewhere. I know they were recording that day.
Because we're going to Ocean City tonight. We're going to go to Ocean City, but we're going to be nice to start off with. But they're so
It's hard,
ignorant.
though.
They're very.
It's hard, yeah.
They're ignorant.
It's hard. It is, and it's hard to not, because you're fighting the old. You're like the people, organizers and activists are so far beyond the conversation that's happening in time, right? Like, so you're trying to talk to people that are like, no, actually, cannabis will kill you, and
Yeah.
and you're trying to say, like, you're talking about, like, you know, trying to get better equity in the industry. It's like you're so far away from each other. So it is so frustrating. But, like, that's awesome. You guys are going to be there. So, because, like, the more you show your face and, like, and be loud is good.
I challenge the councils to spend a day in a wheelchair, and nobody will take me up on that because they don't consider, like, if you're in a wheelchair, how far are you supposed to go to get your medicine?
Exactly.
You can't afford Uber most of the time. It's very hard to get a ride. You're getting in your wheelchair. You got to it's a whole process.
Yeah, you have to order a special Uber.
Right.
I'm sure that will cater to you. It's a whole thing, man. Like the traditional market delivers right to your door.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can get anything in the world delivered to your house in a second using all these different delivery apps, and you can't get, like, your medicine that you need. CVS will deliver anything. Your opioids, deliver it right to your door if you want it.
Synthetic cannabis.
Yeah.
They'll deliver synthetic cannabis to your house.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I mean, it's just like, what are you talking? The delivery thing, I think the reason they're super anti-delivery is because it's very much would level the playing field. So if you were able to run a dispensary that was delivery only, now you're talking about you don't even have to have a storefront, and the barrier to entry is incredibly low. You just need a car and access to product. You could store everything in your home. You could or whatever. I'm sure there's laws against that, but there's no reason that there should be. Because, like, then you could just run a really small business, just like how a million traditional market small businesses work now.
Yeah.
So, and they use all these different things. They have a lot of reasons why they can't do that. It's usually to protect us from something.
Yeah. Okay.
Protect the people from
the children. Don't forget the children.
I mean, protect people. Protect people who can't really, like, can't have problems moving. Protect them from getting the medicine that helps them move. Like, they're not. There's no empathy for the cannabis patient.
No.
Because they see cannabis patients as, one step above a criminal. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's like you see. I'm sure you read the articles about the New Jersey cops and how they're very mad that they can't just, like, bust people walking down the street smoking weed or just, like, being high. They want to arrest those people. They want to arrest the teenagers. They want to, they're mad that they can't exercise that force anymore.
Yeah.
We had one town say that they don't want a medical facility there because we'll end up trying to wash people's windshields.
Yeah, there'll be people with squeegees and crime in the streets, they were saying.
Yeah, Christ almighty. Yeah, you should see that. Have they ever been to a dispensary? You should see the ones in Philly. They're, like, so fancy. It's like going into, like there's many, it's like going into a fancy jewelry store, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it is.
It's funny.
Everything's beautifully lit underneath,
Yeah,
backlight.
it's like,
It's just,
Absolutely
it's
not.
fun.
Yeah, that's funny.
Wow. What's your next project?
So right now I'm just working on my Legalization Nation comic strip.
Uh-huh.
And I also do comics and illustration for Gumroad, which is a service that helps artists sell digital products. And just other, freelance illustration and comics. And my Putin book will be out next year.
I may have to hire you for a job. We'll have to talk online.
Absolutely. Send me an email.
Yeah. Do you have a website?
Yeah, you can check me out at boxbrown.com. I'm on Twitter at boxbrown and Instagram at boxbrown.
Awesome, brother. Thanks, man. I appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
It's fun. There's a lot to talk about here in New Jersey. There's a lot of stuff happening, and it's very, very fluid right now. So.
Yeah, it really is. There's actually a lot. I mean, I think this is actually. I was talking to a group in Vermont, and they say that this is a really good time to really, really push all the politicians and try to get your voice heard, because they're still kind of, even though the law has happened, the rollout is still happening. The creation of the cannabis, control agency and how that's going to roll out and all that stuff is still kind of fluid. So you can make your voice be heard as much as possible.
I feel like some of them will be defeated and just kind of be like, well, what the heck, we're already here.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you very much. Have a
all
good
right,
day.
Thank you. Take it easy.
See ya. Brian Bucks Brown. Nice. Check him out, man. It's really cool stuff. He's got the Weed Man in a comic. He's got Chris Goldstein. Good stuff. And I think I have a job for him, I think.
Yeah.
I got a job. I want him to do something. And it's something. Oh, do I have a picture for? Rick. I don't know if I have a picture for you. Let me see if I have a picture for me. Let me look. Let me look and find a picture for you. Let me see.
Me?
For Richie. Hi, Richie.
Hey, man. Where are you at?
What do you mean, where am I at? We're on the air. We're on the podcast right now. You're live on the air to millions of people all over New
Holy
Jersey.
cow. I'm so glad you told me that.
I kind of figured I kind of figured that. I better say that quickly.
Oh, that would have been, that would be prudent. I could incriminate myself quite easily.
Oh, just text me. You just text me.
Yeah, dude, don't sweat that. So how is everybody, man? I had I asked Chris Goldstein about how the law works as far as public consumption is concerned. And I'm glad I did, and he definitely had the 411 on it. I'm very grateful that I spoke to him, on Facebook. And he basically said that no, people with the legalization effort concerning not exclusively in public consumption, we are not protected underneath Kuma laws unless you're a Kuma patient. So people who don't have a card are subject to whatever the private property owner wants. They could negate all kinds of things. It could be perfectly fine to smoke cigarettes until you get cancer, but they may be like, forget it if you want to smoke weed on our property. So it's, just informing everyone who's listening, it's a really good idea if you decide to go someplace that you ask what their policy is. It's very simple. Most of the time they will be like, my experience with it is, oh, we don't care most of the time. And people have been like, well, if you really have to, could you just walk away from our building? And I think that's a good compromise. But I also think, asking first is probably the best way to go so as to avoid any kind of legal entanglements, because I would imagine maybe they could charge you with like a drinking in public ticket kind of thing, but you're smoking weed. You know what I mean? I would think. And another thing that Chris brought up, which was interesting to me, is, the way the law is structured for legalization at this time, they can't use the excuse, the age-old excuse, I smell weed, to, shake you guys down on the side of I-95 or some shit, However, they can seize the weed from you and not charge you, but take it from you. So I think knowing the police and how they operate, at least here in New Jersey, or my experience with them, I think they are going to utilize that seizure as far as cannabis is concerned. So be very careful, everybody. That's just my inference. It's my best educated guess. No one wants an ounce plucked off of them, especially if you paid $400 for the damn thing, or whatever. whatever pricing you may occur.
You think
that
they'll
may
take?
occur.
Will they take medical cannabis from patients?
No, because you guys, anyone who's a patient is protected very, very adequately by the KUMA laws that are pre-existing at this point. All of my comments right now are directed toward the adult recreational use thereof.
So if me and you are smoking in Ocean City, and you don't have a card, and I do, and the cops come over,
I could potentially. I would think I could. This is all hypothetical, but I don't think I'm too far off base. Hypothetically, they could give you a pass and hassle me, so to speak. If I don't have a card, they could hassle me. And if you have a card, that they don't have any legal grounds to do anything to you, really. So as we all know, the law is structured as far as KUMA patients are concerned. Anywhere people can smoke tobacco, they can allow patients to medicate themselves. I guess that falls in line with some type of ADA compliance or something.
And where does everybody else have to smoke? In their homes?
Another thing that for me at least.
Yeah, who knows, man? This is so freaking new. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to go off my own little thing here. I've been smoking weed in public wherever the hell I felt like it for the last 25 years. Have I gotten hassled? Absolutely. Have I gotten arrested? You bet. But I've gotten much better at it, and I've used a lot more common sense. Not sitting there, standing outside of a bar and blowing smoke in the door. It's stupid, Just use common sense.
Yeah, like some idiots go to police stations, man. I'm going to smack them in the head.
Well, I mean, I would like to see what a smoke out would do of non-KUMA patients. We should have two groups. We should have like
just
a
throw them in the
group,
mix.
Which would be the KUMA people.
Make a
KUMA
little
people.
salad of
a salad of cannabis.
Salad. I love salad.
Oh man. The thing with me is all right, now it's recreational, right? And I'm pretty sure they can probably share their cannabis, right? What about patients?
I mean, according to the law, you can distribute less than 1 ounce. If you wanted to give somebody an ounce, you could do it.
So
or a quarter ounce or a couple of doobies, whatever.
Now
that's the way the law is.
So that's how it is for a
I'm
KUMA
not
patient?
saying selling it. Selling it is illegal unless you're really, really wealthy and are white. Then you can sell it to everybody. But as far as regular folks, don't be selling that stuff because then they'll hit you with a distribution charge. You don't want that.
So can we
sucks.
Can
Trust me.
Can we give away stuff at the State House? Can we just give away weed or no?
Yes.
We can.
Gamble?
All right.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna.
There it is.
I'm not gonna say here like I'm an
Thank
expert
you.
on the law.
Thank you.
But it certainly looks that way.
That's all I need to hear. We're gonna give away weed. Yeah, I got weed for you.
Even if you just roll a bunch of joints and just put them in a jar.
Yes.
With a sign that says take one, not all. Especially at the State House. Look, free joints. Right on. I'm gonna take every one of them. Thanks, guys. As they run down the block.
Well, that's happened.
Oh, dude, what about when Ed got out of jail? Someone made that big-ass joint, and someone took a toke of it, and the guy ran away with this fat-ass joint.
Took it away. Just took it. It was on camera.
He stole it.
It was on the podcast. He did it on the podcast. We were like, hey, come back.
What a douche.
Had Fortune's joint.
Chances are, if he would have asked somebody, hey, man, you got a couple extra buds, people would have been like, sure, here,
Yeah.
But no, you had to steal it from a bunch of sick and dying people, you selfish fuck.
Oh.
Sorry, that's slipped out.
Hey, you can't say that word on here.
I'm sorry.
Take it back.
You selfish meanie. How's that?
Jerk face.
Yeah, jerk face, baloney nose.
Poopy head.
Yeah, poopy face, poopy head. You big dork, you nerd. You canna pirate. Avast there, matey. Hand over your weed.
Cannabaggers. There's a lot of cannabaggers going around New Jersey.
There's been a lot of baggers been in New Jersey for at least 12 years.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Or even longer than that, probably 15.
Yeah. Here's a
When
pot
they're
leaf.
out there
$50.
and they're,
$50. Come to my event. Here's a pot leaf.
Right? That's the thing that's like all these things like, yes, we're going to have this really cool cannabis thing, but we need you to pay $50 to listen to a bunch of people you probably are not very interested in the first place. God, that kind of stuff just bugs me out. You know, I don't want to listen to Ron Rice or whoever. I've heard his spiel.
Those are the worst. When they want $50 to go listen to that shit.
No thanks.
No.
I am a bit more educated than maybe some people are, just because I looked at the law and read it. Hey, how about that, everybody? It's really easy to find. You know, go look up the fucking law.
I'll give him $50 to shut up. Here's $50 to shut up, Ron Rice.
He loved that. Damn, I made $850,000 today.
I still have some Ron Rice sex toy oil right here.
Oh man, I
sex toy
make
oil.
up T-shirts for that. Sex toy oil.
Sex toy oil. Well, you can see through Ron Rice. You can see it. You can see through Ron Rice. Look at that.
It was hilarious, man.
It
I'll
says,
never forget that.
"This is the shit I warned you all about."
Well, if anyone out there is listening to this podcast, which I'm sure there are,
We like Ron Rice.
if you happen to be one of these evil marijuana growers, please name a strain after Ron Rice. Call it Sex Toy Oil. H-O-I-L. Oil. Sounds like he's clearing his throat. I'm gonna oil.
Sex toy hoa.
Our new mating call. What else is going on in the wonderful world of cannabis?
Well, we got a big party coming up, but I'm so excited about the State House. We're gonna have a huge event there, and I hope Ron Rice shows up.
I hear you got some DJs and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
DJs, and I hope Ron Rice shows up, because Ron Rice actually has been on the podcast a few times. He had the balls to come on our podcast, and we thank him for that. We appreciate it.
Oh, I remember when that first time he called us. We were sitting in front of the stage. I was shocked.
A couple of times he called. I was like, wow, yeah, Ron Rice, you go. I don't agree with him on everything, but hey, he called in and told us.
Hey, man, it gave him a platform to talk to people that he usually doesn't have contact with. So he's being pretty smart politically.
Yeah, it was good.
He utilized that to his his advantage, and that's fine.
He's all right. We like Ron Rice. We don't agree with him a lot, but we like him.
Basically, he's all right, man. I don't have anything against the guy.
And I use his sex toy. I use his sex toy oil all the time.
Oh, sure.
I love it.
You know, it also works really well should you be constipated, I would imagine. A little lubricant never hurt anybody. Actually, we should call it Doob Lube. So what date is this said party, Sir Lefty?
Which party?
The one you just talked about.
The 420 party?
Oh, okay. Got you. Are you going to be there on 420
the 420?
or 417?
It's on a Tuesday, bro. It's kind of like a crummy day.
Shoot.
For a party on a Tuesday. But you know what? It's a holiday. If you are a stoner or a patient or a cannabis user or a cannabis consumer, this is your holiday. It really is.
Yeah, take off from work.
Take off from work.
And smoke weed with us at the State House.
It's our holiday. That's what it is. Yeah. Come on out.
Gee, I really hope the Lieutenant Governor stops by, or who knows, maybe even Murphy.
Yeah.
I doubt it. He's pretty insulated from all that crap.
Break your week up. Look forward to a Tuesday for once.
Right? Come on over here and get a contact high, all you politicians that say you never smoked weed, but you really have, but you can't say it because you might lose 2 votes.
It's a rave, bro. We're going to have a rave. It's going to be a daytime rave.
A can of rave.
Can of rave at the State House.
Oh, dude, I'm down to rage at the rave.
We're going to have fun.
I'm really excited about some of the things we talked about concerning the 501c3 the other day when you and I were speaking.
Yeah.
There was some good exchange of ideas and agendas and things. I think that's really important. For everyone who's listening, the 501c3 is put together so as to represent marginalized cannabis consumers. And it's really fighting in the best interest of everyone who doesn't have a voice. The Sativa Cross 501c3 really gives the people who are marginalized some type of representation, and I think that's so very important for everybody. The thing that kills me about New Jersey and just the way that they phrase things, it's just like, we've got the medical program, that's medical marijuana. I know we have the adult recreational use, which is recreational marijuana. I want to remind everybody, all cannabis use is medical. All of it is. There is no difference. Don't get caught up in these play on words. It's a bunch of malarkey. So, smoke your cannabis. Be nice to everyone. Sharing is caring. And if you have dabs, dab your face off.
Words of
right
wisdom.
Right now.
One to grow
Get
on.
the torch going. Let's rock and roll this place.
All right, you got the torch. Here you go. Here's the peak. There you go.
My torch broke. I'm so sad.
Aw.
So very sad.
That is sad.
And I certainly have below the 15 gram minimum maximum for concentrates. So just to let you know, truly for personal use only.
How's your?
And it's so effective for my symptoms of my multiple sclerosis, I must say.
Well, you just did a lot of moving. You probably shouldn't have been doing all that heavy work, man. Because how's your home and how you feeling?
Well, just to let everyone know who's listening, Denise and I Denise, my wife, recently moved into a 55 plus community. It's really, really nice. It's in Manalapan. We moved in here. Both of our cars broke, which was like, I can't believe it. Then it rained the entire time we moved. And then on top of it, we both got diagnosed with COVID. It was unreal.
Oh, man.
Denise and I are feeling much better. I have all of my senses are pretty much back in line again. I can taste and smell correctly for the most part. I'm not feeling exhausted like I was earlier during the initial phases of having COVID. I would just, I know there's a lot of people who feel funny about masks and different things, and this is not a political baiting thing. Just please, for your own sake, take this shit seriously. By nature, I got multiple sclerosis. They call my disease an immunodeficiency thing or an immunodisease. But my, multiple sclerosis makes your immune system just work double time all of the time. And I got very, very ill from this. So please be careful for your own sakes. And everyone else, we can do this. I know it's going to suck for a while, but I think there's plenty of people here in New Jersey who are just full of compassion and want to do the right thing and follow your heart is all I got to say. This stuff's no joke. It really, really knocked the wind out of me big time. And I'm a very, very active person, so as much as my illness allows.
Richie?
Yeah.
Are you going to Ocean City tonight?
No, I won't be.
No, online. It's online.
No, I won't be. Today is my first day that I'm allowed to go out.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try and just be outside.
Right, I got you. It's beautiful out. I don't blame you. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to just being outside. And, of course, I wear my mask because I don't want to get anyone else sick.
Right.
Because even though, just to remind everybody, should you have COVID, just because after a certain amount of time they say you can go out into society again safely, what that means is your COVID load, as far as the viral load is concerned, is very, very weak or very minimalized. However, you still have COVID-19. So be careful and be gentle with yourself. Take things incrementally, please. This is something that can be dealt with. My wife and I suffered from I would think compared to the most serious cases, a glancing blow. And that glancing blow gave me a whole new appreciation for what we're trying to do as a community and as a nation trying to combat this pandemic. I know there's a whole bunch of people going, you damn Democrat, wear the damn mask and all that. This is not a politicized thing. It's just my experience. You can hang whatever phrases you want on it, but this is how it affected our family.
Yeah, it's serious. with people with asthma?
Asthma, COPD. There's several compromising, several heart disease. There's all kinds of compromising pre-existing conditions that this will just really, really affect. I've done a lot of research since I've had a lot of downtime here. And I consider my wife and I to be extremely lucky. And I feel so grateful that we didn't become ill enough where we had to be put into a hospital setting. I'm very grateful that did not occur.
Jeez, Richie, I'm glad you're okay. You and Denise are in my prayers.
No, thank you, man. We love you guys.
Love you too, man.
So grateful that I've met so many really, really good salt of the earth people who are all trying to do the right thing as far as cannabis consumption is concerned here in the state of New Jersey. It's very heartwarming.
Here, tell me
and real.
Tell me if you can hear this.
Sang Moses.
Can you hear this?
And the children of Israel this song.
No, it's kind of... No, it's non-existent.
COVID-19.
Oh no, COVID made me deaf. I can't hear anything.
The wind of God. From the state of Washington to the state of Maine to Brownsville, Texas, and the tip of Florida.
Hey, Lefty.
Can you hear it?
We speak to this
I
atmosphere
got one question for you.
You're a funny guy. You hung up on me. I'm playing a song. The song's about you, brother. I'm glad you made it, though. This is serious shit, man. Serious stuff.
I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell.
This song's great.
Burn. COVID-19.
COVID-19. The wind of God.
You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get
Actually, a pretty good mix.
out of here. Now. Burn. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here. Burn this thing. COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19. The wind of God. You are destroyed forever, and you'll never be back.
It's like the best one.
I like that one.
My favorite.
That was pretty good. Whoever mixed that did great. It's catchy.
Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. They just take his sermon and just chop it up, and the people are chanting behind him, COVID-19, so they just put it in there as the backup. It's like, wow.
It's great.
Wow, dude.
Definitely
Kudos.
took some time.
Good job. Oh, man. Thanks, Richie. All right. Wow, that was got a lot done today.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, man. All right. Let me find my list here. Whoops. I want to thank all our sponsors, like CMMNJ, NewJerseyWeedman.com. Come out to the State House on 420. Tonight is Ocean City. Come out to Ocean City. It's online. Ignorance is no excuse. Ocean City. You can find that one. Produces. Alrighty. CMMNJ, Magical Butter, UFCW, Local 152, JacksonStorms.com, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, Pure Puff, Lifestyle Shop. We have to call Eric next week. We need to make some, we have to do some cross-promotion with them guys and maybe have some giveaways from Pure Puff. We haven't done that in a while. Our list. Oh, this list is hurtful. I've been thinking about Jeff a lot lately. Here's a picture of Cheryl Miller. Sabina, Diane, Marie, Joan, Randy, Holly, Bill Buckman. This guy was awesome. Chad from brain cancer. Jeremy, Joanne's husband. Troy was Tony's good friend. Russ Perry. Roger Barber, who fought for his daughter to use cannabis in school. Like everybody else can use their medicine, why couldn't his daughter be treated with the cannabis oil that she needed to stop her seizures? And he fought for that. Jay. Ella had brain cancer. Hattie Koshel. This is little Jake the Tank. This is what Jake's Law is named after Jake. Armando. Lynn. Sean. Joyce. Brian. Thorne Peters. Terry. Charlotte. Cher. Jay Bird. Michael. Marley. And Jeff. Hashtag They Shall Grow. Hashtag Jeff's Law. Hashtag. What's our hashtags? Do we have any more? Hashtag.
Take part.
Take part. Hashtag Still Waiting. Oh, man. See you tonight in Ocean City. And if you come tonight, think about all the people who can't be there tonight. The people on this list. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember.